Hello, Debbie here. Welcome back to Barossa Valley Crafts. Today we're going to make a card using washi tape. So washi tape comes in all sorts of colours and designs, thicknesses, widths, all sorts of things. And it's very low tack tape, but it's great for making cards. And it's good for just adding borders onto things like these little thin ones. You can just add borders and things. But let me show you some that I've done and I'll show you what we're going to do. So here's some here. So this has got 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are 4 different washi tapes that I have used on this card. And then I've used some washi tapes on this one as well. And then I've die cut circle out of it. And then I've added a bit of dimension. I don't know whether you can see that there. To just give it some dimension, I've put some little foam tape under there to do that. This one I cut again circles, and then I've just stuck it straight onto a background. And here's another one that again has got a bit of dimension on it. So what we're going to do today, we're going to make a card that it's going to have something going around in circles. So it's called I think they call them penny rocker cards, but I'll show you as we go along what I'm going to do. So what we're going to need is a piece of card. We've got some little pieces here which I'll go through with you soon, and we've got some little foam dots and some foam strips, and I'll show you in a moment how we're going to use those. And we've got some washi tape here. So I've already started putting some on, just to save a bit of time. Now this is a new washi tape out. A lot of people are getting it and they can't quite work out how it works. It's clear, as you can see there. I'll just flip it over and it's got a picture you can see on one side. But it actually separates. People were having trouble trying to work it out. So if you have a bit of low tack tape or masking tape, even sticky tape, and what will happen is it peels away to reveal the sticky washi tape. But what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to measure approximately how big a piece I want, and I'll just trim that off, and then peel away. So you can see there how it's got a clear backing on it. So we're clearing that, peeling that away, so that you're left with the sticky washi tape. Now I'm just going to line that up with the previous piece and push it down. Now I'm going to remove this piece because I'm going to keep that on the end of my tape, so when I want to use it again I can separate the backing from the front. So I'll just pop that together so it doesn't unroll. Okay, so now we go on to the next piece. So next one is one of these little narrow ones. So I've just got to find the start. So a lot of these washi tapes, it's almost like working with paper. So they're very soft. Sometimes they do tear when you're working with them. So you need to work with them carefully. So there's that piece. I'll just trim that off. And we don't worry about the bits overhanging because we'll show you in a moment how to fix all that. Now we'll go for the next piece. You can get like, these are beautiful Christmas designs. Some of the washi tapes have got all Christmas stuff on them. Like this one says Merry Christmas. I've got others that have got little pictures. Oh, here we go. So this one's got little Christmas pictures on it. You can make some awesome cards using this. So now we'll go to this one. So this is just wording on this one. So we'll just line that up. And push it into place. And now this one, So this one isn't automatically sticky. It's actually got a backing on this one. So with this one, we're going to work out how much we want and trim it off. And then pull the backing off it, if I can. There we go. And pop that into place. Make sure I've got it the right way up. Now, if you want to, you can just leave it at that and have that as your card. So what I'm going to do is just fold over those edges, because what I'm going to do with this particular one is put it through a die cutting machine. So I don't want the sticky stuff sticking to the plates on my die machine. So I'm going to fold them over. So from there, we're then going to add some circles to die cut. So this is one I did a little bit earlier just to save a bit of time. So the circles I have used with this, the bigger one is around 5 inches. The next one is 3 3/4, and then the last one is about a 3-inch circle. So I've put those through the die machine, and now we'll just separate them. So I have actually used my washi tape to hold the cutting dies in place so they don't move when it goes through the machine, and it also helped me measure out equal sizes of the circles. So we've got 1, 2, and the centre piece. Oh, it hasn't quite, oh there we go, that's got it. So now what we're going to do, so this particular one, the card base for this one that we're doing now is 10.5 by 5 1/4 inches. So it's that size because I wanted to hold the biggest circle that I have cut. So if you were going to go bigger, you could make your card base bigger. If you're going smaller, you'd make your card base smaller. Totally up to you. Now, before I do anything, what I'm going to do, using some Distress Oxide Walnut Stain, I'm just going to go around the edge of the card with this to give it a bit of colour. So you would do a colour to suit whatever washi tape you are using, or whatever event to match maybe. Okay. So now, on this big circle, I'm going to run some foam tape. Now I'm using a strip rather than dots, and I'm going to run that around the outer edge, and you'll see why I want it on the outer edge as we progress with the card. Doesn't really matter if it buckles a bit while you're doing it. Try not to have it hanging out over the edge, and you don't want it anywhere near the inside edge. As I said, we'll show you why in a moment. Yeah, we'll just keep on going around the outside edge with this. So you'll be able to buy this sort of foam tape from a stockist near you. You'll just have to do some search and find some foam tape, or foam tape strips. And we'll just pop that bit in there and trim that off. So we're going to put that on here. So we'll just peel the backing paper off. If you don't have a die machine, you can use, like, draw circles with a compass or something, or if you've got a circle cutter, you can use one of those to make your various size circles. Now with this one, because we've got writing on it, we need to make sure it's up the right way. If you're not using directional paper, it's not so critical. Now I'm just going to pop that into place on there. Give it a good press. Now the second layer, I want that to sit down flat, so it's not going to be raised. So I'll just pop some glue on there. So I'm using a art glitter glue. So this one dries clear if you happen to get it anywhere. And we'll put that down there. Okay, now just if you can, you need to make sure you've got quite a bit of raised area on the inside of your card there. Now this last piece is going to sit in here, but we're going to raise that. So I'm going to use some foam dots on this. Again, don't put them too close to this edge. Again, you'll see why in a moment. You can use that as a measurement if you like. Another little circle that I have cut out, and I'll tell you the measurement of that in a moment. Okay, now I'm going to actually put 2 layers of dots on these because I want it raised quite a bit more. So now we'll just put a second layer. Can be a little bit fiddly. But there's so many ways you can use washi tape, and this is only one way, and you can make some stunning cards with them. Again, you'll just have to search a stockist near you for the washi tapes. Okay, so now we'll just pull the backing off that. And pop that into place. So we'll try and line it up in there. And push it down. So now this little circle here, I've actually cut 2 of these, and these are 3/4 of an inch round. So we're going to slide it under there and then slide it back this way. And then we're going to add some little foam dots. So I'm going to do, let's see if 2 layers will be high enough. Otherwise, yep, 2 layers should be enough. So on that little dot, you've got 2 layers, and then put another dot the same size over that. So that should move around that circle. So what I've got here, I've just got a little fairy that I have cut out from some scrap that I had. So I'm going to pop a bit of glue on here. Try not to do too much because I don't want it to ooze out over the card. And pop that on. Now hopefully, there we go, she will move. She'll move around in that little track. So it's just another fun way you can make a card using washi tape and foam tape. So something a little bit different. Like I say, just make sure that you don't put the tape in the wrong places that will prevent it from moving. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, do give me the thumbs up. And if you would like to, I have a couple of Facebook groups. One is called Cardmaking for Beginners and Beyond, and the other one is called Barossa Valley Crafts. And if you'd like to come and join us, you're more than welcome to. Thank you for joining me. Bye.